Because we don't have pervasive 5G, we'll have very carefully placed 5G infrastructures, not just as test beds, but in places where we can constrain the problem. So for instance, autonomous vehicles are a great example. You find that today there aren't any self-driving cars on general highways. They don't exist yet. But what you do find is in mines, in industrial sectors, there's fully autonomous fleets. There's no human beings driving those dump trucks around anymore. And the reason is that we've been able to geofence it to a controllable area. 5G is going to follow that pattern. It's going to look for areas where we can put the infrastructure in place and fully exercise it in a constrained environment. Industrial applications, IoT applications. The one that's going on right now is home broadband. You know, that's very controllable. It doesn't have a lot of permutation associated with it. So I think 2019 through 2020 are very much around geofence, very specific constrained use cases to prove the technology out, but it's not a test bed. There's commercialization opportunities. I mean, if I can deploy 5G, let's say theoretically I deploy 5G over every industrial mine in the world, there is a huge revenue opportunity just to do that. Because there's already autonomous vehicles there, there's already high degrees of automation, there's video surveillance, all the use cases exist in these clusters all over the world. I'm not sure that's the right business model, but if you did that, that's where you would monetize it. I think we'll find 2 years of that, and then by 2021 we do start seeing relatively broad deployment of mobile 5G. And then you start seeing more commercial use cases, more consumer use cases. But I don't disagree with Nokia. Like, I mean, I've been through this through 3G, well, 2G, 3G, and 4G now. It takes a while for these networks to propagate. They always happen faster than you anticipate because if it's a good thing, people want more of it, and we figure out ways to move faster. But delivering a geo-scale cellular infrastructure is not a 3-month exercise. But I do think the next 2 years, we're not just going to see kick the tires. We're going to see geo-fenced, fairly specific use cases where this idea of high bandwidth, low latency, edge compute driven, cloud-oriented mobility makes a lot of sense, and we can constrain the problem space to areas where that demand exists and can be deployed and put into production. I think by 2022 we'll have enough of this deployed in the general sense where more of the consumer and commercial applications become legitimately deployable. Depends on your country. I mean, in the US we're going to see it happen pretty quickly. Certain places of Europe will be slower, certain places of Europe will be faster, China will probably move quickly, Africa will be slow. I mean, it's the same pattern that we've seen for a long time.